the massive humanitarian effort going in to try to help these refugees. I'm joined now from Krakow, Poland, by Adam Keehn, Director of Complex Emergencies for Americares, which is providing emergency medical and relief supplies to these refugees. Adam, thank you so much for joining us. I know it's a really crazy time for you, but can you just give us a sense of what it's like on the ground where you are and what your team is seeing and hearing as these refugees just pour into Poland?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Yesterday, I was down at the border in a town called Przemyśl, where the trains come in from eastern Poland, eastern Ukraine, into western Ukraine, sorry, into eastern Poland. And the train station there was absolutely chock-a-block with people, families, mostly women and children, with all of their belongings, everything they could bring with them. There was a health room set up to provide emergency care to people who needed it. But then they're moving out of that train station as fast as possible. And also on buses, we saw convoys of buses full of refugees pouring up the highway. What
are the most critical health needs that you're seeing for these refugees, you know, women, children, you name it? What kind of health needs do they have, and how is your group trying to address them?
Well, Americares is providing medicines and medical supplies, everything from antibiotics to surgical supplies and equipment, any kind of pharmaceuticals that are needed. The people coming out of Ukraine at the moment are, not war casualty victims. They're generally people with whatever chronic conditions they suffer from, but they may have had to leave without their medications. And so as they come out of the country, they're just needing some of their standard diabetes, hypertension, and other medications of that sort.
And I know your organization isn't new at this. So how does your experience with other refugee crises in places like Syria, for example, how is that helping to inform your emergency response here?
Well, that's right. Americares is responding to emergencies in Syria, Bangladesh, elsewhere where refugees move. The issues that people confront when they're forced to leave their homes are the same wherever they're faced with this crisis. And so here it's a combination of the physical needs and health needs that they're facing with the emotional and psychological trauma that people suffer when they're forced out of their homes. And so in addition to the medicines and medical supplies that we're providing, we have mental health experts available to provide counseling. The local organizations here in Poland as well as in Ukraine are also providing support, and we're trying to get support to them directly, either through in-kind donations or cash grants so that they can get the help that they need.
And right now, the focus is understandably on just the short term and meeting what these people need right now. But how does your group then look to the long term and what these families will need going forward, given it's not clear how long they'll be displaced from their home country?
Absolutely. Some of the families I spoke with at the border yesterday were not expecting, honestly, to return to Ukraine anytime soon. They were the family I spoke with most at length was heading to Germany and expected actually to be settling there. So the needs are going to be dispersed geographically as the refugees move through Poland into other parts of Europe and elsewhere. And so the issues that they're going to face are those that refugees everywhere face: displacement, anxiety, psychological trauma, and complicated, of course, by the physical impact that they're suffering from. You know, we're also sending aid into Ukraine to there are local NGOs, hospitals, of course, that are providing support to people affected by the conflict. And those needs are also quite acute for the time being, and we don't know how long that's going to last. But it's safe to say that we're talking about months and years rather than days or weeks.
All right, Adam Keehn, Director of Complex Emergencies for Americares. We appreciate your time and the work you're doing, Adam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.